Trump's Caribbean strikes shock fishermen and leaders alike, Jamaica on edge. The Caribbean has been thrown into a wave of tension overnight. Warships now cut through turquoise waters, not for tourism or trade, but for war. Donald Trump's military has reportedly struck boats in Caribbean waters, claiming they were linked to smuggling and terrorism. But in a region where small fishing boats are the backbone of coastal life, these strikes have sent a chilling message. Anyone out there could be next. For Jamaicans, this is not just distant geopolitics. The U.S. Navy's increased presence is happening dangerously close to home, and with Trump's bold rhetoric about securing the hemisphere, many are asking, at what cost? The sound of patrol aircraft and the sight of foreign destroyers have unsettled a region that's long been proud of its peaceful waters. What started as a U.S. crackdown on alleged criminal networks has morphed into something much bigger. Fishermen, leaders, and entire island nations are now being forced to confront the reality of Washington's power projection in their backyard. Trump strikes, a new kind of Caribbean operation. The Trump administration is not just talking tough, it's acting. American forces have intensified their maritime operations in the Caribbean, targeting vessels they claim are tied to drug cartels, illegal trafficking, and even foreign political threats. According to U.S. officials, these actions are part of a broader campaign to reassert control over key shipping routes. U.S. Navy warships and Coast Guard vessels have been seen near Venezuelan waters and strategic maritime corridors that connect the Caribbean to the Gulf of Mexico. Trump's team argues that this is about protecting the region, but the timing and intensity are raising eyebrows across the Caribbean. Unlike previous patrol missions, these operations involve live strikes, bombs, missiles, and real engagements at sea. For Trump, it's a show of strength to the world. But for the Caribbean, it's a reminder that its waters can quickly become a theater of power politics, where small nations have little say. The sudden escalation has left many wondering whether this is the start of a longer, more dangerous U.S. military posture in the region. Caribbean leaders respond, walking a diplomatic tightrope. Caribbean leaders are feeling the heat. On one hand, the U.S. is a crucial ally and economic partner. On the other, military strikes so close to their shores raise serious concerns about sovereignty, maritime safety, and regional stability. Some leaders have quietly expressed unease through diplomatic channels, while others have called for clearer communication from Washington to avoid accidents. Prime ministers across CARICOM are treading carefully. Publicly challenging Trump risks retaliation, but staying silent risks appearing weak to their own citizens. Leaders are acutely aware that foreign military operations, without regional coordination, could spiral out of control. Barbados' Mia Mottley has often spoken about the Caribbean's right to be heard in global affairs. While no leader has issued a direct condemnation yet, there's a growing sense that the region must speak with one voice if it's going to navigate the storm. Behind closed doors, discussions are intense. Fishermen fear the crossfire. While politicians weigh their words, Caribbean fishermen are living the danger firsthand. Their small boats are scattered across the same waters now buzzing with military aircraft and armed vessels. In past years, Jamaican fishermen have already faced harsh treatment from the U.S. Coast Guard. Some were detained for weeks, their boats destroyed, only to be released without charges. Those memories are still fresh. Now, with live strikes happening nearby, many fear they could be mistaken for smugglers or simply be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Unlike military ships, fishing vessels don't have advanced tracking systems or real-time communication with authorities. If a patrol misidentifies them, the consequences could be fatal. For many fishing communities, the sea is their lifeline, not a battlefield. But as Trump's forces tighten their grip on the region's waters, fishermen say they are being left vulnerable, without clear guidance or protection. Their livelihoods and their lives hang in the balance. Jamaica's strategic dilemma. Jamaica finds itself in a particularly delicate position. Its location makes it a strategic hub in the Caribbean, sitting along key maritime routes between the Gulf, the U.S., and South America. The government cannot ignore U.S. military activity in its neighborhood, but openly challenging Washington could have serious diplomatic and economic consequences. So far, Kingston has remained measured, neither openly supporting the strikes nor condemning them. Behind the scenes, officials are likely seeking assurances from the U.S. to protect Jamaican fishermen and respect the country's maritime boundaries. But with Trump's administration moving fast, Jamaica may be forced to take a clearer position sooner than it would like. For Prime Minister Andrew Holness and his team, this is a classic geopolitical balancing act. Protect national interests without provoking a superpower. It's a high-stakes game, and the decisions made now could shape Jamaica's regional role for years to come. A region on edge. The Caribbean is no stranger to foreign powers, but this new chapter feels different. With U.S. warships prowling nearby and bombs reportedly striking boats, the region faces rising tension at sea unlike anything in recent memory. Fishermen fear for their safety, leaders weigh their diplomatic moves, and ordinary citizens wonder if their peaceful waters are becoming a militarized zone. As Trump doubles down on his regional strategy, Jamaica and its neighbors are caught between diplomacy and defense, between alliance and autonomy. The question now is, will the Caribbean push back, or will it be forced to adapt to a new era of U.S. dominance in its own waters?